What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Eurythmics. And we're back to We Tour 1, 1989. Hello. Look who's here. And the next track in the playlist is Sylvia. It's a female name. It's not only a single word title, but it is in fact a proper name, which makes it even harder to get a read on. I wonder if Sylvia will be a person addressed in the song, a person spoken about in the third person, or maybe the narrator themselves. Either way, I don't feel I can give any more speculation when it's so simple of a title, though again, that's not in any way a critique of the title. It might be perfectly named as Sylvia, but normally I try to get a read on a given phrase, but in this case it's literally just someone's name, so I'll see what I can catch on the first listen. This is Sylvia from the Eurythmics, one of the tunes on their 1989 album We Two Are One. Oh.
Sylvia is missing. Oh. Dark stars tattooed across her face. Tiny bruises, black and blue. The dedication on her arm reads love and hate. Yeah, yeah. Passing through the underground, Sylvia is coming down. The queen has lost her crown today. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep so she can forget herself. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep so she can forget herself. On her way to London, lipstick tainted, powder painted, perfume in her hair. Run away to London, 1,000 cold caresses couldn't keep her there. Yeah, yeah. Fingerprints of strangers on the ugly bedroom floor reveal the only traces of what Sylvia is for. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep so she can forget herself. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep so she can forget herself. Passing through the underground, Sylvia is coming down. The queen has lost her crown today. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep so she can forget herself. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep so she can forget herself. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep so she can forget herself. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep so she can forget herself. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep, so she can forget herself. She wants to fall into a deep, deep sleep, so she can forget herself.
Sort of like the players in an orchestra or chamber music troupe speaking after the conclusion of their performance. So yeah, first of all, I do enjoy those chamber music style sonics, that faster violin line, and I think like a deep contrabass, maybe a cello with slower strokes. And there's a lot of like drama, like serious atmosphere that was created by that. Though I will say the choruses, and then there was like an interlude in the latter half of the tune that gave off a different vibe, almost like psychedelic. Those, I think it was a guitar, maybe it was some other plucked or strummed instrument, but it had almost like this psychedelic echo, or what's the right word, like trans-dimensional sound to it. So that definitely sort of balanced the otherwise more serious and again almost like Baroque style sound of the main sonic arrangement. And yes, the narrative I'm not sure about. So like at first it's like, okay, so it's someone who left their hometown, maybe didn't tell anyone, just, you know, took off because they were trying to start a new life elsewhere, or maybe, you know, a push factor, they're trying to get away from the stifling or maybe unpleasant situation they were in, and they're going on the underground, I assume what we would call a subway here, to London. And then, you know, the descriptions of the lipstick she's wearing, the perfume she has in her hair, and maybe it sounded a bit almost like gaudy or ostentatious, like a bit too much, like, so, you know, trying to project allure and attractive qualities, but maybe not in a fully refined or elegant way, more in a like cheap way, which again, you could read that different ways even if I am thinking about that correctly. But then we hear about her being in a room where there's like strangers' fingerprints on the floor, and the only thing that's like an indication of what Sylvia is for. So then it's like, oh wait, maybe like she came to London and things didn't quite work out, and now she's like a working girl, so to speak, maybe. But yeah, it sounds like someone who doesn't find what they're looking for either at home or in London, or at least is channeled into a lifestyle that perhaps wasn't what she had in mind. But maybe this is deliberative action. Maybe she is dolling herself up because she wants to attract a certain type of attention. She wants to have experiences that maybe she wasn't able to have where she came from. But yes, the queen doesn't have her crown anymore would suggest that if we are in fact talking about Sylvia, that it's not perfectly elegant, it's not in a good and desirable way, but is somehow like a fallen situation, someone who, what are you tripping out about? There's literally nothing over there. You're a weirdo, Luca. But yeah, so it sounds like she's, you know, not in a desirable situation even by her own intentions, never mind what, you know, her family or friends in whatever place she came from would like to see for her, or were hoping she would be in that time and place. So yeah, it sounds like a tragic story, and it sounds like someone who is perhaps exploited or taken advantage of, or who in a way like was vulnerable beyond what they were intending. So yeah, not sure about that. But as ever, Annie's voice, elegant, beautiful, and I love those long extensions she would do, and then there was this little melodic curl to it at the end of the extension, and that moment in particular was just fantastic. So she always has great vocals, whether she's belting out strongly or doing these melodic melismas, and in this case it was like this flourish at the end of a longer sweeping extension that I thought was really great. So yeah, I do enjoy maybe the chamber music part a bit more than the sonics of the chorus, but I like the chorus sonics as a balance, or the other side of the situation maybe conceptually. I did also like the interlude, or the part near the latter stages of the track where that, again, almost like cosmic or psychedelic type guitar, if that's what that was, almost sounded like maybe a harpsichord because it sounded a bit plucked. But there was a flourish of that beyond just the like more simple moments of that in the chorus in the latter stages of the tune, and I thought that was really good too. So yeah, enjoying getting back to this album. I have done a couple video reactions for the Eurythmics in the last couple months, but I've been not coming back to them in audio form as much as possible, or as much as maybe I should have been. I think there's only a couple more tracks on the proper album, but the folder features numerous tunes, or at least a handful of tunes, beyond the proper album, so we'll go through it all. I am aware that this, it represents the end of the Eurythmics run, and in the moment, I don't remember if I have, immediate access to Annie's solo stuff, but I am familiar with some of her tunes from her solo career, and not just the holiday ones that I've done, which have been fantastic, by the way. I really enjoyed her take on some holiday standards and traditional tunes. But, like Walking on Broken Glass, I've heard that one before. No More I Love Yous, I've heard that one before, so it would be cool to go through some Annie stuff when we're done. And what was oh man, I did a lucky dip for it. What was the something Cowboys, the Spiritual Cowboys? I'm aware Dave has some stuff going on after this as well, so we'll see what we can do. But yes, enjoying the final phase of the Eurythmics original run. I know they did some reunion stuff in the 2000s at one-off concerts or something, so we'll see what's available going forward, but still we have more to do in this folder. Let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace. Oh, now you're jumping down?